fucking go, baby. Respawn Entertainment. They're always here for us.
They got your
They're always
back.
here for us. All day long. Let's go.
They got your back, your front, your armor. You got it.
Let's go, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, it is confirmed we are back in a big way. Apex Legends is back to the original armor system with the hybrid change here. We wanted to throw out a quick little episode because this is massive, Kyle. This is one of the biggest things. It's just me and Kyle today. We just had to upload this just to get it out there. Man, this is huge.
This is fantastic. This is exactly what I asked for. The very first podcast that we did, I said, all I need is for you to give me my shields back. And they did it. Came through.
And not only did they do it, but I feel like they did it in a way that was best of both worlds. They kept the Evo, so you know you can if you can't find armor with the RNG, at least if you put damage downfield, like good players will do, you can get yourself some armor. And they also gave us back our original values. We've got a big statement today from Respawn Entertainment about it. Let me go through it real quick. So we got this response from Jason McCord, the design director on Apex Legends, and essentially he goes through the whole thing. He was saying, you know, when they test stuff out, they want to keep Apex fresh and they want to keep it new. Hey, we love that. We love that. But he said, you know, they have a much smaller sample size. And what it comes down to is, you know, you're never going to get that real sample size unless it's out there in the community for the millions of Apex players to play it and figure out if it's good or not. And unfortunately, this was one of those things where it just wasn't, it didn't feel like Apex Legends. But they got it fixed. And that's really all that matters.
Yeah. And, you know, Nice Wig tweeted about it, and he said that he was really happy about coming out and seeing that the quick Apex changes that they've made, and that he had been talking to the devs for a while, and he said updates like today are the ones that really make him happy to kind of struggle through it, even though it turned out really great, you know?
Yeah, this is what's awesome about Respawn, and we had already seen, I mean, so far Season 6, I mean, it started off a disaster, but to this point, there's already been 2 massive updates that made changes to things that were clearly wrong and that the community saw was wrong, and they made changes like instantly. This is exactly what you want from a developer. This is exactly what you want to keep this game fresh, and this is what Apex and Respawn needs to do to keep their game among one of the top BRs out there right now. I can't get over what a great response this was. This was just incredible.
Absolutely amazing. Just everything we could have asked for and more.
I think we should all throw out, I mean, I think I've already said it 5 times, but let's just send out one gigantic thank you to Respawn for listening to the community. Let's also throw out a thank you to all those people who were respectful about their thoughts and beliefs in, you know, changing the system back to the way it was. I know there was a lot of volatility, whether you go on Twitter or Reddit, there was a lot of people upset or angry, but there was also another aspect of this argument that was very calm, cool, and collected and said, hey, listen, I know I respect the changes you guys have made, but I also have to disagree, and it takes away from the game, and I think it needs to go back. There was a lot of discussions like that around the community as well, and it's nice to see the level-headed response come out on top here, because clearly there's always going to be those people who are, you know, nasty, rude, mean, and that, you know, just try to get the most responses in any way, shape, or form, and just try to go for the throat. But there was a large community that was like, listen, this needs to be changed. We respect what you're doing, but yeah, big thank you goes out to that, you know, level-headed community, and a big thank you goes out to Respawn.
Yeah, and thank you, Respawn, from the bottom of my heart. And then also on top of that, I just wanted to say that I like their tweet that they said that they would try experimental things, but they said that they would be quick to change them if they were something that they felt wasn't right for the game.
Exactly, and that's what McCord said too. He said, listen, there's going to be a lot more times like this in the future where we're going to try things out, and you guys might not like it, but we're listening, we're paying attention, and this shows that they're listening. This
100%.
shows that they're paying attention, and this is the best. Oh man, this was me and Kyle, we worked together and we were writing together, and when we finally saw the tweet, you could have heard us from Mars. Like, we were just over the moon, excited, screaming, happy, but both of us just so excited. Now, with this comes a little bit of changes to the bets that we made in episode 3. We got the bets for everybody. We rearranged the lines. We changed everything up because obviously there's going to be a lot more damage to go around. And for us Apex players who've been playing since season 1 and got used to the TTK, I think the kills are going to go up as well because things are a little bit different now. So we're going to go through those lines real quick and then we will go ahead and say our new bets. Now remember, it's just me and Kyle. So I will read for Brian. No, I will read for Troy. Kyle will read for Brian. We'll go through all the new bets. It's going to get a little confusing. We didn't want it to be this confusing, but everything will get solved, and then we'll be able to just march on forward and keep having a good time. Let's get a quick add-in, and then we'll talk the new lines and the new bets. So let's get into it with the new lines. So my kill line, the total is 30 with 15 at halves, first half, second half, and 7.5 for quarters. Kyle's kill total is 28 with 14 at halves and 7 at quarters, and Brian's kills is 21.5 total, 11 at half, 5.5 for quarters. My average is 575. That goes for halves, quarters, everything. 575 across the board. Kyle's is 500 across the board, and Brian's is 450 across the board. And finally, the max. We upped the max a little bit for me and Kyle. We kept it the same for Brian. My max is now 2,000. Brian's is 1,800, and Kyle's is 1,800. So let's get into these bets now. So, Kyle, we had to change up our bets a little bit. Do you want to go first, or would you rather me go off?
Go ahead and go off, and then I'll follow up.
All right, so with the new bets for me, I'm going to bet on myself a little bit more than I did in episode 3. I'm going to go with a 2-unit first quarter over on kills, 7.5. So I'm betting on myself in the first quarter. You know, the first few games back in Apex, those first 4 games, I think I'm going to have a decent run. So I think I can easily hit 8 kills, hit the over on that one. I'm also going to do a 1-unit over on my 575 damage across the board. I think now that it's back to normal, I can get back to my typical play style. My normal average for over my career is about 550, and I feel like in a 16-game smaller sample size, I'll be able to hit that 575 over. My bets on Kyle, I put a 2-unit under on 1,800, his max. It's still a little early, and Kyle's been a wild card so far this season. If you break this on me, I wouldn't be sad at all because I only bet 2 units, and honestly, I'd like to see you get back to that form because right now you're the hardest one for me to bet on.
I'm a little back and forth, I will say.
You're the wild card here. It's hard for me to figure you out. I also put a 1-unit under on the first half kills of 14. I think the first 2 quarters when you play, it's going to be an adjustment period to get back to normal Apex, and then in the second half you're going to start getting back to where you were before.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the case.
And then on my bets on Brian, I put a 1-unit over on kills in the second quarter, 5.5. I think Brian will struggle in the first 4 games, and in the second quarter he will remember how he used to play. He'll easily be able to hit that 5.5 over. And then I also took a 1-unit under on 1,800. Now Brian, in Season 6, he's had a lot higher damage numbers, but when it goes back to regular Apex, I'm not 100% certain that he's going to be able to hit that 1,800 because typically that wasn't where he was at. He would normally hover around like 1,400, 1,500.
I think he still might be able to hit it.
I think he can. He can't. Can he hit it? Yes. Will he hit it in a 16-game thing? I'm not exactly sure. If he breaks this one, it's 1 unit. I'm not too worried about it. I didn't want to put too much on that one. I wasn't fully confident in it, which is why I only put the 1 unit. So I've only got 6 plays here for 8 units. Not a big card, but that's my card. Kyle, go ahead and hit yours.
All right. Well, I've got a much bigger card. For Wyatt's max for the total, he's going to hit 2,000. I'm betting 5 units. I think he's going to slam that 2,000 because he's just way better at getting kills and getting damage, and I think he's going to hit it. For Wyatt's kills, I bet 3 units in the first half that he's going to get those. Over, yeah. For Brian's kills, total, I bet that he's going to hit it. He's only got to hit 21.5, and 21.5 is like a 1.25 KD. So as long as he gets 1 kill every single game, he'll be well on his way. I bet 3 units on that. For my average, I bet total. I bet 3 units because I feel like 4. I think I'm at 500. I think 500's real. It's not terribly hard, but it's not terribly easy either. And I bet also 3 units on myself to reach my max because I feel like 1800 it's a good game, but I feel like I can hit it. And then for Brian's average, I said in the fourth quarter he's going to hit his average with 3 units.
Over?
Yes, over for 3 units.
All right, so those are Kyle's bets. I'm going to go ahead and read off Troy's. Now, Troy's is almost the exact same as his bets were in episode 3. So on me, he's going to bet 10 units on the fourth quarter over of 7.5 kills. He feels confident in my ability to get kills. He's watched me play a number of times, so he's confident on that. On Brian, he's betting a 20-unit under in the first quarter average damage.
Holy shit.
Yes, under 450. I see where he's going with this, but I think he's going to lose 20 units.
I think he's out 20 units.
Because 450, now that the damage is going to go higher, I don't know. Like these damage lines are going to go up.
Definitely,
especially in a 16 game, where it like calculates a little better.
You've only got to fight one squad and live, and you're probably already past
even if you
400.
don't get a kill, you can hit that 450.
Yeah, you can hit the 450.
So that one's a little tough, but he has a lot of bets on Brian. He has 0 bets on Kyle. He has a 5-unit second half over on kills, 5.5, easy for Brian. I think we can all see that one and see that would be a good bet.
Yeah.
He's also got a 5-unit over on the third quarter of 5.5 kills and a 5-unit fourth quarter over on 5.5 kills. So he's really betting a lot on Brian here, minus his damage, which he thinks he's going to go under at 450. Understandably so, but I think that number is a little too low. I would have bet over on that instantly. What's Brian's bets looking like?
Brian's got a pretty big card. So he likes to bet on the big numbers. So let's take a look here. So for Wyatt, for total kills, he has you under for 5 units. He says you're not going to get that 30, brother. You're out.
Yeah, that's pretty much like a 2KD, so I can see why he would see that. That's going to be hard to do.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And then for Brian's max, in the first half, he placed a 12-unit bet on himself to get over.
Okay.
And then...
how many kills is that?
What do you mean? It's for his max damage.
Oh, max damage.
Yeah,
okay.
for 1,800.
Okay.
So he's got to hit 1,800, and he says he's going to get it in the first half. That's a 12-unit bet on himself. And then he bet on me that I would not reach my total kills. He bet under 3 units. And then he bet on himself that he would get his total kills over 3 units. And then he bet Wyatt's average is going to be below... he bet under for Wyatt's average for 4 units. Then for my average, he bet under for 4 units as well. What a piece of shit. And then for Wyatt's max, he bet over for 2 units. And then for my max, he also bet over for 3 units. I don't know how he's going to do that. And then also put our averages lower.
See, Brian's bets don't make sense because he's betting us all to have really shitty kill numbers, but for whatever reason having a lot of damage, which just doesn't calculate.
That doesn't make any sense. That's not what we normally do.
I can't wait to roast him.
Yeah, me too. So Brian also put for his max, he bet that he was going to get over it, and he bet 3 units. And then Brian's max, he said in the first quarter he's going to get over, and he bet 2 units.
So that'll just about wrap it up for episode 3.5. We just wanted to come on here and say thank you to Respawn. Thank you, Respawn, so much.
Thank you so much.
And we also just wanted to re-update our bets with new lines and new bets so that it makes sense in episode 4. It's going to be a clusterfuck, but this is what we got. If this is the only bad thing that comes from Apex going back to being Apex, I don't care. And by the way, I just finished playing a game before we started recording. It felt amazing. It felt just like Apex Legends has always felt. It felt good. I'm happy about it. I'm ready to go. I am so pumped for the rest of Season 6. And we got Season 7 on the horizon. We got a new map. We got everything coming up. We're in the golden age of Apex Legends.
That we are.
All right, so we'll wrap up this show. Yep, we're gonna wrap up this show. Nothing else to talk about, and then we will send it off on that beautiful, beautiful song that we had.
Yeah, you got it.